It's the Prentice Allsup Heating and Air Coach's Corner, fueled by Donut Country and McDonald's on 1019 100.5, 1450 WGNSSports.com and Big G TV.
The Coaches Show is brought to you by the law offices of John Day, providing superior legal representation to injury victims and their families. Find out more at johndaylegal.com. Danny Brewer. Now, I'm happier than a hog in slop right now because I'm joined by two Rutherford County girls basketball legends. We got Shanice Cason, the head coach at Vergne High School, and her assistant, Caitlin Oliver, who I believe, Coach Oliver, tell me a little bit about it, but I think All-Star at Oakland, is that right? Former Patriot? So,
yes,
tell us a little bit about who you are and what you're doing right now.
Yes, so graduated from Oakland High School, went on to college at Cumberland University where I played basketball also, and then now I'm in the high school realm, coaching, trying to get girls to the next level.
Oh, outstanding. I know last night's game, a big rivalry game. Smyrna is always special no matter what the records are because it's Smyrna Laverne, and that thing's been going on since about 1989. So a little bit about the game last night. Tell me a little bit give me your thoughts on it before we turn it over to Coach Cason. Give me your thoughts a little bit about how things played out last night in the game. I know y'all got beat by Smyrna, but tell me a little bit about your thoughts on it.
Just hustle, and then it just came down to the details of the game, making free throws, getting rebounds, loose balls, making free throws. And so, I just feel like Laverne got out-hustled last night, and that was just the result of the game.
I think that you said something twice, and I 100% agree with the free throws. They made free throws, which I talked to Coach Drayton a little bit about after the game. I'm like, man, the free throw shooting, and I think that I don't know what the stats were, but I think when you look at it percentage-wise, I think they made close to 70% of theirs, and I'm not sure what you guys shot, but it wasn't nearly that.
No. And then just taking care of the ball, valuing each possession, limiting turnovers, things like that. And so, again, the details of the game.
So whenever we think about free throws, so if you and Coach Cason were to get on the line with those girls, who's going to outshoot who? Do you think y'all can still outshoot those girls in free throws?
Absolutely.
We probably still do in practice when we do get up there and shoot it. So...
Yeah. Well, maybe if you lead by example, maybe that's what you need to do is you need to say, okay, look, I'm going to see how many I can make in a row, and then you can see how many you can make in a row, and then I got a feeling who would win. But anyway, so maybe that could be a little bit of inspiration. But let's talk a little bit about some other things that happened this week. Tell me a little bit about what happened this week as far as, we'll turn over to Coach Case in a minute, but I want to get your thoughts, Coach Oliver, how this week has gone for Laverne High girls basketball.
I would say the two games, Stewart's Creek and Smyrna. It was just a struggle, really, for us to play back to back to back. We played 3 games, and I know multiple people have done it. I just think our girls are not used to doing it. So a little bit of fatigue, a little bit of just learning how to get through those games, learning how to value each possession, learning when to turn it on and turn it off. I think we struggle there, and we're working on it. And unfortunately, it's the end of the season, and we still aren't there yet. But it's going to set the tone for next year's kids to be able to understand what it takes to be able to do that process.
Well, I think that you're absolutely right about that. And, it's a rhythm kind of sport, and you want to get in that good rhythm. And sometimes having a week off right in the middle of crunch time had to be a little bit tough.
It is, especially when you can't get into the gym
to practice.
Then you think about who's getting out on their own to try to run, do ball handling, get some shots up when they don't have access to anything and everything's closed. So then you're making up these games and trying to push everything into a 2-week span because district's about to start. So it's tough on them. It is tough on us too as a coaching staff to be able to be like, okay, we had these days where we're able to spread out, our scouts, watching film, transitioning into what we're doing per team. But we played back-to-back nights one night, so it's a learning curve for everybody, and myself included.
Oh, absolutely. Okay, so we're going to talk about learning curve. We're going to talk about coaching. Coach Rick Insel. The one of the reasons you're a staple of Rutherford County girls basketball is because you were a high school star at Siegel, and then you played at MTSU and was a standout there as well. So Rutherford County, you really carry the Rutherford County flag, and we're all very proud of you.
Thank you.
But let's talk a little bit about Coach Insel. I think he had a huge milestone this past week. So tell me a little bit about your involvement with Coach Insel and what he means to you.
Man, most people don't realize how important he actually is to the state of Tennessee's basketball programs. I think he set the tone of what Rutherford County, Tennessee basketball looks like. He's just a phenomenal coach. His character, his passion, just really proud of him winning 500. Like, I know he's capable of doing it because he's had some really good teams. Shout out to my team. But he's had some really good kids come through there. He's built a lot of off the court characteristics for us as well, and people may not think it or may not know it, but he's not just teaching the game of basketball, which leads to why I'm coaching. I'm not just here to teach the game of basketball. I want these girls to walk outside of the court and be like, I know who I am because of what's the pressure, or being under the pressure, what that looks like for us.
So Rick Insel, 500 wins as a high school coach, over 500 wins, I know, as a high school coach.
Yeah.
Yes, but now 500 wins as a college basketball coach, over 1,000 wins for this guy, and I think you're absolutely right. He is the set the bar.
Yes.
And that's it set it pretty doggone high.
Yes.
But that's helped. But he coaches the game of life, and that's what you're trying to do.
Absolutely. These girls, we're in a different generation of knowing how to conquer life outside of ball. Most of these kids only think they know basketball, but we've got to learn characteristics to prosper after that.
So that rolls me right into my next point. You know I'm a big horse racing guy. Today, the Baicoa, they're running at Oaklawn Park, grade 3 race for older fillies and mares. There's a little bit of a long shot. Miss Authentic, she's 12-1 on the morning line, trained by Eddie Keneally, so we're going to give us a ticket on that.
Okay.
But 12-1 on the morning line, but she's 9 of 11 in the money. But I think you represent Miss Authentic, and the reason I say that is because when I see you on the sidelines, you know, you dress like a coach, which I love that.
Thank you.
You dress like a coach, you look like a coach, you act like a coach. And I think that that's very important for what the things that we've been talking about. Miss Authentic, you want to be authentic and teach the girls the right way.
Yes, sir. I try to. Do I push the envelope a little bit? Yeah, but I think I learned from the best. Coach Insel pushes the envelope just a little bit. Could I dial it back some? Yes, but that's not who I am. So I'm going to be true to who I am and keep moving how I'm moving. If they like it, they like it. If they don't, they don't. They can say whatever they want to say. It gets the job done at the end of the day.
Well, I think you're right. And Miss Authentic is building a program down there at Laverne High School. That's what you want, because there is some tradition down there at Laverne. They have had some really good girls programs in the past. And do your girls understand any about the history of what has happened down there, or do they really care? Or what's your thoughts on that?
I don't know if they really know. I'm gonna throw out some names: LaQuinta Jefferson, Jasmine Dale, Jasmine Brim. Those girls are girls I played with. Stephanie Myers. Oh my gosh, Stephanie played at Middle and then transferred to TSU. That was a powerhouse, and I don't think that they understand what they did for Laverne back in 2011, 2012. It was a good group of girls, and they played hard. Because no one knew who Laverne was until really they got on the map and they started playing hustle ball. They understood the game and they just played well together. And I think that's what we're trying to get our girls to do, is just play well together.
LaQuinta Jefferson, you're right, boy. She was a machine. I mean, that girl could play. I think did she play some in Kentucky, maybe?
Well, she signed to Kentucky, and I think she ended up going JUCO first just because she needed a little bit more experience. But I don't know where she ended up after that. But she was a powerhouse.
Oh, I mean, could flat play. No, like I said, they really had it going on. So let's talk about what you got coming up. What you got coming up this week, Coach?
We have 3 games coming up this week. We play Oakland on Tuesday. We turn around and play Siegel on Wednesday, and then we turn around and play Blackman our senior night on Friday at home.
Okay, so another big week, another 3-game week, and then I think the next week is when district tournament starts, right?
District tournament does start, so it's interesting to see where we're going to fall. We did split with Smyrna, so I have to look back at the bylaws and double check how that looks like for us, but we'll see where we finish up. It's either going to be 3 or 4.
But the good thing about the district tournament, I mean, I'm just going to be real. Blackman is Blackman.
Yes, sir.
But the other 3 teams, I mean, it's kind of a toss up there. And when you look at the other side, when you go to region tournament, because you'll go to region tournament too, it's the same way there.
Right.
Rockvale is kind of up there, but everybody else is it's pretty even.
Spread out, yeah. I think any given night, anybody can win. It's going to depend on, like we said earlier, free throws, the details, valuing the possession, and just being able to say, we want it, and it's going to be who wants it.
No, I agree with you 100%. Coach Cason, appreciate your time. Wish you the best luck. Miss Authentic, we're going to get a ticket. I promise you. Come by and see me, and I'll share the winnings, okay?
Thank you.
All right. We'll be right back in just a couple minutes. But the Coaches Show is brought to you by Parks Auction Company. Let their team of experienced and professionally trained staff utilize the auction process to sell your property. Find out more at parksauction.com.